When I met Douglas Tjelmeland, I said, I know that guy from somewhere. I don't know how. But here it was from Vogue magazine and GQ magazine for all these years, because for 20 some years he was a contracted model for Ralph Lauren. And when Clayton Nelson was in, which is the scout for Click, which Click is Douglas's mother agent in New York City and in Europe and all over the country. They have different agencies. When Clayton was here, I said to Clayton, well, you know what Douglas's problem is. Douglas is an old model. He goes, I beg to differ with you. You know, people say Douglas was an old model. No, Douglas is not a was model. Douglas is a model. One thing I can say about this man is he's never stopped working. He's in Pittsburgh because he's here for his family. All right. And he's back and forth right now. He's in Iowa. He was in New York. He'll go back to New York, back to Iowa. He comes into Pittsburgh, and when he does, believe me, I do my very best to put him to work to make sure that I can get you guys in to learn from this man, because he cares about everything he does. When you see that the headshots and the comp cards and the things that he actually does and produces, and you know, it's just totally amazing. I mean, he captures the images of people. Why? Because he understands this business. He's been in this business. He's been in front of that camera. So when people say to me, oh, well, I don't know why Douglas thinks he's so great. You know what? He doesn't think he's so great, but he lived the life that none of us could even imagine. I told him he should write a book of being a model. Okay, so now, here we all are. We want to learn. So who do you learn from? Well, you can only teach what you know. I can't teach you something I don't know. So what I can teach you is where I've been, what I've done, and how to help you get there. Well, Douglas can teach you a whole lot more in a whole different direction, because I was never in his shoes. And I've never been, I mean, as pretty as I was in my younger days. You know, I certainly wasn't model material. I mean, I worked as a fit model in New York City for a showroom with Jody T of California. Okay, that's who I worked for. That's as much extensive modeling as I did. I was a singer. I worked with the Delmonics. I ended up working on television, ended up acting and being a comedian on television and singing. That was great fun, but it's certainly not what Douglas has done, and he can't compare it to what I've done. So what we try to do is mix what we've got, put it all together, and teach you guys the best that we know how, because we've done it. How did we do it? Basically by the grace of God. There was not one job that I got or that Douglas got, and he will tell you that God did not direct us 100%.